All right, we have reached our final match of the day. The championship of U.S. Quidditch Cup 10 here in Kissimmee, Florida at Austin Tyndall Park. We're down to our final two teams. We started with 60. It's an all-Texas final. Texas State versus Texas Cavalry. Brad Woznicki and Eric Andrus here with you for the call. Eric, good to have you back for the final.
Glad to be here, and I've got a great view sitting next to Brad right at mid-pitch. We got ref of the year and Alex Amodol head reffing this final game. It's a Lone Star final of two state teams really bringing it home for their own region.
All right, two teams are lined up. Brooms are down. We're ready to go. The snitch of the year, Gabe Garcez, ready to go for this one. He's all smiles right now. Both teams have signaled that they are ready.
Amodol making sure his crew's up to the task. We know they are.
Both teams ready to go. Alex Amodol makes his way across the pitch. We're underway. Brooms up. Here we go.
'54, Christian Rodriguez for Texas State picking up the ball right away. Looking for a possible false start call here.
The referee's getting this situation sorted out. And we are going to resume play here momentarily. Looks like we may have a restart. That is exactly what we are going to have. False start.
Honestly, Brad, I'd just be excited to get started too.
And both teams anxious for this point. Had about a half an hour, 45-minute break with closing ceremonies. Aaron Mallory giving us the explanation there.
Going to redo Brooms up here. Make sure everybody's on time. Give us a fair game.
Both teams have reset. Two teams fighting for their first ever title, two community teams. The Cavalry nearly had another false start. Brooms up. We are officially underway. No false start on this one. And taking possession of the quaffle here early is Cavalry.
Martin Bermudez Jr., number 22 for Cavalry, slowly marching up the pitch on the left side into the Texas State defensive zone. Passing off to Cavalry keeper number 10, Augie Monroe.
Augie Monroe, of course, a big part of the University of Texas team that had that three-peat not long ago as Cavalry strikes first. And now the bludger was taken away. And it looks like Texas State going to regroup here. And right now with it, Christian Rodriguez has the quaffle for Texas State. Now looking for an opening, good bludger play. And the pass in front, we are even. The first goal there for Texas State coming from Hannah Shaw.
Hannah Shaw with the catch at the goal, but no goal because of a beat before. Excellent defensive bludger play from Texas Cavalry.
So a tough break there for Texas State. We're going to be seeing a lot of physicality that's in and on and around the rules here, but
definitely trust this ref crew to keep their eyes on it and make everybody safe and fair.
We've got the best of the best, including all 3 referees of the year between Alex Shear, Aaron Mallory, and Alex Amodol.
Resetting the ball to Cavalry, Bermudez Jr., number 22. Quaffle back to Cavalry, forming up for an offensive push. Number 19, Cole Travis, leading the charge for the Bludgers. Going up against Texas State, number 10, in an intense battle. Like I said before, Brad, in previous games, these beaters are really being aggressive and pushing into the defensive zone, really clearing the way for their offensive attack.
And another goal for Cavalry. We'll talk a little bit how these 2 teams got here, starting with bracket play. Cavalry opened up the day with a 140-30 victory over Central Michigan, then came away with an 80-point victory over Kansas. 150-50 was the final over RPI. And then, of course, in the semifinals, Cavalry with the victory over Mizzou. And we go back now to how Texas State got to this point. Texas State coming out with a victory over UCLA to start the day. It was actually a great match from UCLA. It was decided by a snitch catch. And 160-100, the victory over DCQC. And Texas State defeated BGSU 100-60. And in their semifinal game, Texas State came away with the victory over Bosnian.
Leading out the point defense for Texas State, TJ Martinez, keeping an eye on that quaffle as the defensive bludger number 12 comes in.
And it's no surprise that we have 2 of the top 5 teams in the rankings coming in to day 2. Cavalry was number 2, Texas State number 4.
Bermudez Jr., number 22 for the Cavalry. Beat on the play, gone the way back to hoops, but is definitely flying around there, being productive and getting the Bludgers right into play.
We've got 3 minutes gone by in this match.
Sent to the box, number 99, Mandy Marsden of the Cavalry. Maybe a 1-minute back contact call. Previously held bludger by Marsden goes back to the Cavalry side. Not in possession. Texas State forming up for an offensive attack, spraying the chasers right and left, trying to split down the middle with offensive beaters.
And here's Texas State on the move. We're looking for an opening here. Not much there. Now look at the right side. That's Garrison, and he scores.
Greg Garrison, a big name always in Texas Quidditch. Leading off for Texas State, making it 10-20, still in favor of the Cavalry.
We'll see how Cavalry responds now. I have to ask you, do you expect a high-scoring match here? Or do you think it's going to be low?
This is a battle of beaters, Brad. I mean, the Southwest has always been a region that sets the standard for beater play, bludger play, as we're seeing right here in the middle, about 6-7 throws per beater here. So this could be a long slog of defenses, and who can control the bludgers a lot better.
And the quaffle in possession of Cavalry. So Texas State had the stop there, just couldn't convert.
Bludger control coming back to Texas State after a missed shot from number 71 on Cavalry, John Molina. Augie Monroe, number 10, the keeper for Cavalry, having an offensive press. Almost unrecognizable without his signature goggles. Almost thought he was a different player.
And John Molina there trying to clear some space for him. Now Monroe taken down, good tackle. That was number 2, Terencio Martinez. And we've got a goal for Texas State. Defense to offense.
Absolutely, that was a quick pickup for number 54 on Texas State, turning over the ball and giving it to another chaser to run down and score and tie it up at 20. Sun's real low in the sky now, Brad. I think we're going to have maybe some visibility issues down on the field. Both of these teams have exhibited great tenacity coming out in the sunny day. But as it gets low, it's going to be in everybody's eyes.
And they have started to turn the lights on here at Austin Tyndall Park, just in case this one has to be played on the lights, and it might very well be.
Like you've asked, I think it's going to be a slog. We're going to see some great beater play, great offensive and defensive chaser play. But this one's going to take a while.
Bludger control now for Texas State as they are looking to try and regain control of the quaffle.
Number 12 beater for Texas State going deep into the Cavalry zone. Really sort of screwing up the whole offensive advantage or edge. Monroe getting things back together and taking a slow march up to midfield. Number 10, Monroe, a product of the University of Texas program, helped build and mold that whole program, giving a lot of his expertise and talent and experience coming into the Cavalry play.
Nice bludger catch there for Cavalry. That was number 19. That was Cole Travis.
Travis and Marsden are communicating really well, giving each other a nice backboard in case of a miss. If you're going to get behind the beater buddy's intended target, you'll be there for when the bludger comes past.
And that shot is denied. Garrison the save.
Tyrell Williams with the shot. I'm sure we'll see him coming back into the defensive zone there for Texas State.
We remain tied at 20. Hearing some of the chants from the crowd surrounding pitch one. A couple of loose bludgers. Quaffle also picked up by Cavalry.
Fast breakaway for Monroe, number 10, coming down the middle of the pitch, getting with a pick.
Augie ran right into a traffic jam there.
Recovered by number 4, Arian Goddessy.
And the score.
It through for a score in the middle hoop.
That was big.
Big score, big score. I mean, it's going to be really great for the whole team mentality and knowing that they're ahead now 30-20, taking the lead, and knowing that they can score on this defense.
Texas State looking for an opening. They avoid the bludger play. Now the tackle. Now
Great
trying to get rid of it. Monroe now working on the tackle. The quaffle comes loose thanks to bludger play.
Number 9 for Texas State fighting through the tackles, but eventually dispatched by a bludger. Quaffle goes back to Monroe for Cavalry, setting up the offense.
We've got 8 minutes gone by in this match.
We're going to be seeing a lot of these stray bludgers coming past, but bludgers are effective not only when they hit a person and incur the knockout effect, but if you're throwing bludgers down in the defensive zone, that's going to be a lot of distraction for the defenders to kind of come away from their eyes on the ball.
And right now, Cavalry being patient. Monroe's got it.
Great hustle for Ballarber, number 18 on Cavalry. Back to the bench, subbing out. Number 10, Augie Monroe, keeper for Cavalry. Playing a little game of catch, ring around the rosy here is number 22, Martin Bermudez Jr., starting the attack for Cavalry. Quick beat on number 71 for Cavalry. It's going to be John Molina. Texas State quickly dispatching this offensive series.
And Cavalry back on their heels.
Molina beat yet again by a tenacious beater, number 10, Fields of the Texas State team. An incredible dodge, almost made it through from Monroe. Blindsided from behind, is still a duck, but no dice, no joy. Back to hoops.
Quaffle control continues for Cavalry.
Cavalry regains bludger control. They got 2 on their side. 71 coming in hot on the offensive side. Release Bludger beat, but opening the door for number 1.
And unsuccessful.
Brad, I told you we'd see Tyrell Williams coming back into that offense. He's a fast, strong player, but not without his beaters.
30-20 stays your score. Cavalry in front.
Both of these teams taking their time, squaring up, and really wanting to play their own pace. It's going to take a little time to really figure out each team's defense and how to crack it.
Opportunity for Texas State. Quick pass, quick finish.
Beautiful one-timer, ended up at 54 in the left hoop. Was bringing our tied score to 30.
That was Christian Rodriguez. And Augie Monroe nearly beat there. Good protection with the quaffle.
Bermudez Jr. standing at the top of the key, waiting for a passing option. Augie fighting, shedding. Another blocked bludger from that quaffle in Augie's hand. Spinning, 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 and looking for that left hoop.
Augie Monroe, talk about a player that's been here before. He drew 4 defenders there and was denied.
That's a world champion right there. Cavalry still retaining bludger control, or as they say in Canada, BS, bludger superiority. It's definitely a superiority play when you have possession of both.
30-30 still your score. We've got over 10 minutes gone by.
Near miss. Bludger throw at number 12 for Texas State. Still in possession is number 1 for Texas State with the quaffle on the right side in the middle of the key. Smart beating for number 19. Cavalry dispatches that offense. Number 16, Texas State picks it up, shoots for the other side.
No good.
Number 11, Jenna Bolwig dropping that pass, almost in the hoop. Texas State recovers in their own zone. Back to number 1 at the top of the keeper zone. Pot shot to the back, and his keeper, number 16.
And now trying to dunk it home. That's good for Texas State.
Now, as aggressive as these beaters are being, they really got to pay attention to what's going on at home and communicate with each other.
Right now the scoreboard says 40-30, and it is good.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that sun going down?
It is going down indeed. I'd say we got maybe 5 minutes, and then we're all good.
Score is still 40-30 in favor of Texas State here. Cavalry looking for an answer to tie it up and go ahead. This is still a very, very close margin for the snitch range when it comes out at the 18th minute. Cavalry slowly setting up. Terrell Williams passing it back into the keeper zone. Right to number 5, their new keeper, subbed out for Augie Monroe, Joshua Andrews.
40-30. Texas State in front.
Substitutions happen over on the Cavalry side. Only got 2 ball carriers. Number 5, Andrews, recovering in his own zone, looking for the passing options as his new chasers sub in. New beater, number 15, Jacqueline Armstrong. New beater buddy for her. Again, number 71, John Molina. Strong beat in the Texas State defensive zone. Quickly dispatched, though. Both beaters back to their hoops on the Cavalry side. Still in possession of the Cavalry. Score side table.
Cavalry waiting patiently, trying to get some bludger play in front. Bermudez waiting patiently.
Waiting for the bludger escort is essential here. Without that loaded beater, you're going to have a lot harder time piercing through that defense.
And it looks as though we have hit the 15-minute mark. I believe was just called out. So we're 3 minutes away from the Seeker floor here in the final.
This snitch is going to be big. Both teams have about a snitch worth of points. And it's going to be a big go-ahead score for an ending a game. But if either of these teams want to win this, they're going to have to distance themselves in score qualifier points. But that's going to be a lot easier as the snitch comes out and the defense starts to divide.
Not an easy thing to say there. Say it 3 times fast. Snitch worth points. Say it.
Snitch worth points. Snitch worth points. Snitch worth points.
All right, he got it done. He delivered.
How now, brown cow?
Eric Andrews right there. And right now, Quaffle controlled by Cavalry. Bludger control for Texas State.
Molina getting that third bludger immunity in the backfield for Texas State. It's going to be a threat coming in from behind on the offense of Texas.
And both Seekers have been called to the scorer's tent. It's getting exciting, folks. And it has been from the start.
Bermudez Jr. Out there alone, resisting tackles and spins. Looking for help coming over from the Cavalry side. Monroe, number 10, subbing in as beater. Very versatile. Texas State almost recovering in the midfield. We got to fight for the ball. Number 2 for Casey Irwin for Texas Cavalry.
And she was beat there, so that gave Texas State the opportunity, and they take advantage. Now quickly the other way. Here comes Cavalry.
Scores now 50-30 in favor of the Bobcats. Lots is in favor as they have both bludgers in possession.
That was a good effort there by Augie Monroe trying to gain bludger control for Cavalry.
That man wears many headbands, many hats. Seen a lot of success from his input.
Gabe Garcez is getting ready to take the pitch.
Beautiful sunset here in beautiful Kissimmee, and yes, it is pronounced Kissimmee. Reminds me of the beautiful face of our Gabe Garcez warming up over on our side. Crowd getting a little frustrated with the slow pace of the game here. The Cavalry is employing their slow game and really taking control of the pace. Number 22, Bermudez Jr., from the right side and looking for help.
And the Seekers have been released. Here we go. Bludger play on both sides. It's going to be an opportunity early here for Steve-O to go to work.
It's incredibly important that one of your beaters comes over and plays with that Seeker and Snitch. You want to have the defensive advantage if you have that bludger, or know what's going on if you don't. And again, this Snitch Snatch is worth 30 points and will end the game immediately unless it results in a tie. Right now it's again 50-40 Texas State over Texas Cavalry.
Anyone's game right now. Two teams trying to win their first title here at U.S. Quidditch Cup 10.
Excellent catch from Monroe, but still beat by number 12 of Texas State. Back to hoops for number 10. As number 1 for Texas State is faking out with the quaffle, also playing that slow game, slowing it down for their own pace.
Right now it's one-on-one for Texas State Seeker Steve-O. And right now it's Cavalry with the attempt here, Joshua Andrews.
This game gets the most interesting when you have both Seekers going after the Snitch. We've seen a lot of defensive seeking here today with a large margin of snitch error. But with both of them going at it, the Snitch kind of has an advantage with the distraction of each Seeker.
Augie Monroe nearly had another bludger grab there, just a little bit unsuccessful. The beat coming in last second.
Garcez, of course, holding his own for a long time here.
And Monroe just took a shot.
Still a long game here. Last time I checked last year, number 1 is still on the right side of the pitch with the quaffle. Writing a novel.
Bludger loose.
16 and 11. Jenna Bolweg on the backside there looking for the passes. Number 1 brings it back to the mid-pitch. Looking to form up with number 23 on the same team. Their beater buddy has scored.
Here's a chance. Good diving effort. That was Riley Jackson.
Number 80 for Texas State saving their seeker as before a beat. Getting those quick bludgers out there is important in the close timing of this game.
Excuse me, Austin LaFoy currently the seeker for Texas State.
Garcez looking calm and collected as he seems like he knows both of these seekers. Knows how to get him, knows how to stop him. Seen some excellent play from both teams so far.
An attempt at a snitch catch, but Garcez dropping down to one knee, so no snitch catch opportunity there.
Now the snitch gets a 3-second head start against the seekers, make sure everything's set up. Pulling the broom, staying safe. Number 19 beaten his own zone by number 23 at Texas State. Bludgers flying, offensive chasers falling down back to hoops.
Garcez in a little bit of trouble here.
Garrison in for Texas State as seeker. Quickly beat by Monroe. Those long arms of Garrison's are going to really play a key role against Garcez.
This game remains tight. Nice bludger catch there by Monroe. Not the first time we've seen that today.
A lot of beaters have to have a steel nerve to know when not to move. You got to get a good eye, because if you move into the path of that bludger, you're still out.
Garcez backpedaling, able to escape the seeker for Cavalry. Now goes down against Texas State. Garrison a little bit frustrated.
Snitch referee Kelby Brooks making sure everything's tight and up and ready to go. 3-second head start and we're back on. Number 1, Freeman Vale for Texas State is rivaling George R.R. Martin with that novel here. Still on the right side of the keeper zone for his team, coming back to midfield. Both of these teams know that holding on to the quaffle is going to cut down from any sort of defensive slip-ups and really focus on the snitch play.
Cavalry really going hard on this snitch attack. Nice reach around, but just lost it just there at the last second.
Number 5, Josh Andrews, the seeker with the grab there. Long arms, probably inches away. He knows he's close.
We've got over 23 minutes gone by in this match. A well-played match. Truly a championship match.
Pretty soon, Garcez is going to make it to that second handicap, which means he'll be putting one arm behind his back.
Going for the snitch grab is Cavalry.
Number 19 for the Cavalry, Cole Travis, getting some excellent beater play in there. Getting out of plenty of defenders and catching bludgers in the same breath.
Couple of bludgers loose.
It's amazing to see how this game has really transformed in the past year or two from a game of chasers slogging it on to beaters just going to war.
Nice job there by the seeker. Gabe Garcez able to pull out the broom.
Garcez is still merciless with the broom pulls. Quick face beat from number 19 on Cavalry.
That's the snitch of the year right there. He was working against Cole Travis.
Bludger coming into the broadcast booth here. Garcez working with Cavalry on the ground here. Taylor Reisinger of Cavalry down and back to the hoops, ready to get back at it again. Coming in hot on Garcez. Got to worry about that bludger from number 23, the Punisher from Texas State. An unseen off broom call here for number 23. Andrew Canto making sure everybody's tight.
And a missed bludger attempt there for Texas State. Going to allow Cavalry to continue to go to work. Who wants it more right now?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Both of these teams are putting a lot of effort in and not stopping. They're being very good about substitutions, not getting too winded, giving their teammates a chance.
What a play there by number 18 for Cavalry. That is Carlos Alarba. Back to Justin Lopez as the current seeker for Cavalry. We've got 26 minutes gone by.
No signs of tiring from the Snitch of the Year here. We're going on how many minutes?
26.
26
We're over
minutes.
26.
A lot of great technical play here. Everybody at home, especially the teams across the country, can watch and get a lot of technical information to really know how they should be forming their players, sending their beaters, sending their chasers. Lots to learn here today.
And beat right there. Quaffle picked up by Cavalry, and we've got a whistle, a rare whistle in this one. Two teams just going out playing all out.
Looks like just a simple turnover there of the Quaffle to Texas State. It's nice to hear that we're going to have a rare whistle. You know, that means where both teams are playing tight, playing clean, and the rest are seeing it.
Garcez backpedaling across the pitch. Steve-O looking for his opportunity. Cavalry looking for theirs as well. Steve-O's got an opportunity. Cavalry's got to find a way to get an opportunity here.
Fight for the bludger with Augustine Monroe in the backfield at the Cavalry. Going to come up with the ball here after he gets a quick little beat on the ground. Number 80 for Texas State, still guarding Garcez. Double beat, double catch from both beaters there on Cavalry and Texas State Bobcats.
How often do you see that?
Not very often. You got to have really skilled beaters to have that quick, steely nerve to be able to throw and catch in the same breath.
And it remains 50-40 your score, still Texas State in front, but that doesn't matter right now as this one remains tight.
Garcez on that second handicap with the arm behind. Again, like Brad said, it's anybody's game. Score is still 50-40. Bobcats over the Cavalry. Johnson, number 12 for Texas State. Looking for that double beat and catch there, but number 19 for Cavalry, Cole Travis has just got nerves of steel.
And no goal.
Looks like we went through the hoop there, but not an eligible throw. Still a 50-40. Tyrell Williams, their offensive specialist for the Cavalry, bringing it into the keeper zone. Coming back out and passing it off for a score, but we got an advantage call here. Wait until after the goal went through to make sure we're getting ourselves a fair play.
Aaron Mallory to start discussing things with Alex Amodol.
It's really heartening to see quite a few referees of the month huddling up, making sure that they're going to call this right.
We have over 29 minutes gone by in this one.
Looks like it's going to be a low contact from number 1, Tyrell. Tyrell Williams coming a little low on the tackle and the wrap, a little bit below the knee there. He's going to get it back to the hoops.
Good effort, near snitch grab.
Fingertips on the tail from number 17 for the Cavalry. Alfredo Salinas, first time we've seen him coming in after Gabe Garcez. Salinas can taste it.
And Austin LaFoy going to work for Texas State. And he is beat.
Excellent defensive beating there, and Garcez is still holding his own better than I could as a snitch with 2 arms. Going late into this championship game, score is still 60-50. It's still in favor of the Bobcats. Cavalry looking to tie it up.
Foy trying to reach around. Trying to hold on to that broom as well. It's got to be careful. Cavalry might have an opportunity to sneak in here.
Missed shot from a Texas State beater over on Augie Monroe. Fight for the bludger.
Now we got to wait here. Cavalry may have just won this on the snitch grab.
Got a leaping catch.
Gabe Garcez over talking with the officials. Everyone anxiously awaiting this call.
Lots to say. Want to make sure we get all the details down to make the right call. Could have been some contact, might not have.
Might have been a tug on the shorts there that it did not allow Garcez to move. Looked like that might have been a possibility on that snitch catch attempt.
If the snitch tail is moved or dislodged before the snatch, it will disqualify it. One of the tensest moments in Quidditch here.
Over 30 minutes gone by.
This is our 10th iteration of a national tournament here for USQ, formerly IQA and formerly just Middlebury College in Vassar. It's come a long way, and we've seen a lot of Texas team growth and helping the rest of the league growth. The community teams last year taking the cup. Really happy to see where we've come so far.
We've got a long deliberation here. Now all the officials going to get together.
Don't get up. Don't get a snack. Don't start reading that book. We're about to have a call here pretty soon.
Alex Amodol talking things over with Martin Pine. What do we have? We have a snitch catch. Texas Cavalry is your new USQ champion. What a match.
What a match, Brad. And this could have gone either way, and I don't know why I'm surprised. I think if it came away with Texas State there, I would have been surprised too. This quaffle play and bludger play has been really a huge slog, huge battle. Both teams exhibiting a lot of stamina, a lot of skill. But when it comes down to it, you're focusing on the thing that wins you the game when you're that close to score. Laser focus is going to bring you the win.
Final time in this one, 30 minutes, 32 seconds. You know, if you're Texas State right now, obviously this one's going to be hard to take. You know, you went up against a team that you knew so very well coming into this one. It was an all-Texas final, 2 community teams going at it. And Texas State, needless to say, they had their opportunities in this one. It's going to be a bit of a heartbreaker here, but you got to be proud of what they did this weekend to finish second among 60 teams. And even to get to this point of the U.S. Quidditch Cup here in Kissimmee, Florida, says a lot.
This is totally a win in another book for them. Like you said, these teams know each other. They've been playing against each other, and that's why their skills have grown so much. They're going to be seeing a lot of familiar faces, not just on the pitch, but in the handshake line here. And I know a lot of them are going to be going home, being proud of the other team, being proud of the team that they're on, and they really should be proud of themselves. There's been a lot of great effort, a lot of great heart displayed right out there on the pitch, and I'm just glad I was here to see it.
Want to take some time now to say some thank yous. First of all, to the U.S. Quidditch staff making this happen. Mary Kimball, events director. Jillian Flom, events manager. Also had Eric Schneier, membership director, and Sarah Woolsey, executive director and events director. And of course, my partner, Eric Andrus. It was good to see you again. Glad we got to work together, and I hope you enjoyed your time.
I really did, Brad. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
And once again, one more thank you as well to the University of Missouri broadcast team here. You know, we were on air for over 24 hours this weekend. A lot of work covering 60 teams, well over 1,000 players competing out here today. It took an entire team effort. Guys, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Once again, congratulations to Texas Cavalry. They are the champions of the U.S. Quidditch Cup 10 here in Kissimmee, Florida. That's going to do it for the U.S. Quidditch live stream. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.